Coming up, a church is destroyed by fire just weeks before Easter.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Thanks for staying up late with us. Tonight, a congregation is thankful no one was hurt after their church was destroyed in a fire. Several departments were called to Cornerstone Baptist Church in Somerset this afternoon. Members of the church are devastated as they watch their church burn. Several of them were just there yesterday evening for Wednesday service. One of them actually smelled the smoke and called 911 initially. Chad Hedrick was the first reporter at the scene.
It's a sight Lisa Hall never expected.
It was so black around here you couldn't see anything.
Lisa has been going to Cornerstone Baptist Church in Somerset for several years. In fact, she was just inside the church Wednesday evening.
We have a good time on Wednesday nights and stuff and get together Bible study and stuff like that, and we have a meal before our service. But you know, you just don't think of stuff like this until it hits home. And then you have to stand and you watch, you know, your building be burned.
Lisa was one of the first ones to notice the fire and called 911. She immediately turned to her faith.
We'll rely on our faith to get through this. And with God's help, we'll get through it. But it's very hard. The
heaviest damage to the church is where there were meeting rooms for Bible study and other spaces for students. The sanctuary is on the other side of where the roof collapsed through 2 floors. Lisa is worried the smoke and water damage may be just as extensive, but she knows it's not a building that makes a church, it's the people.
We're all just weeping together, and we know that God is going to open another door for us. We don't know where or how or whatever, but we know He's going to, because God is good even in the bad times.
As Chad Hedrick reporting, crews were still on the scene some 6 hours after the fire was reported. The pastor told us there's usually a large group of students at the church on Thursday afternoons. Thankfully, they were not there yet when the fire started. There is no word yet on what started the fire.
Well, happy Friday. It is officially TGIF out there, and we're all calm for now, but that looks to change as we head later through this Friday, well, day. A look outside at the moment, it's, well, quiet. Weather-wise, 68 here in Hazard. Temperatures remain mild for this time of year. Low 70s still in Manchester at this hour. We remain in the upper 60s most elsewhere. Irvine and Prestonsburg at 70. Most of the shower activity well on to the north right now as we continue to watch repeated rounds of showers and storms move across parts of Indiana and Ohio. Their heavy rain event has already started. Our forecast first in the morning for your breakfast forecast. Definitely grab the coat as you're headed out. Not for the cold. We're going to be mild in the 60s, but we're going to see those showers work on through the region as well. Tonight, 60s with those rain showers moving in. Details on a breezy and potentially stormy Friday and beyond in a few minutes.
Evan, thank you. State organizations have played a part in getting grant funding to Eastern Kentucky since the July flood. The USDA grants that will go into the hands of flood survivors is a combined effort from federal and state agencies to speed up the recovery process. Rural Development State Director Tom Carew says he is confident that money will be spent well because of multiple housing organizations in the area.
Our infrastructure is there. The nonprofit housing development community in Southeast Kentucky is one of the largest networks in the country, really, in terms of nonprofits. And so there's a really good delivery system there.
One of those nonprofits is the Housing Development Alliance. They released a statement saying this is a step closer to helping survivors repair their homes. Governor Beshear gave an update on Eastern Kentucky's rebuilding efforts. 179 families are still being housed in travel trailers. 16 people are now housed at Kentucky State Parks. That's down from 360 on September 1st. More than $1.1 million has been committed to building new homes and home repairs with nonprofit partners. And the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund has raised more than $13.2 million. One woman is dead following an overnight shooting in Harlan County. Police found Stacy Hauser dead in a bedroom at her Cumberland home. The suspect is Hauser's boyfriend, Michael Cornett. Cornett called 911 and said he shot his girlfriend at her home. Troopers believe the shooting started following some sort of domestic dispute. Cornett was arrested and charged with murder. He's being held at the Harlan County Detention Center. Officials with the Grundy, Virginia Police Department are investigating a complaint of damaged property. They say the incident happened on Hoot Owl Road last weekend. If you have any information, you can call the Grundy Police Department at 276-935-1993. New tonight, the case against the former McCreary County Superintendent is moving forward. A judge sent John Gunn's case to a grand jury today. Police arrested him last month for bringing a gun to the Board of Education building. He's charged with possession of a weapon on school grounds. The board accepted Gunn's resignation one day before his arrest. There was a visitation tonight in Corbin for an 8-year-old boy killed in a freak accident. Eli Hill died Monday night. The Fayette County coroner says when he tried to dunk a basketball on his goal outside his home, the backboard fell on him. He died at UK Hospital. Since his death, the community has rallied behind the family. Eli's funeral is Friday morning at 11 at Hart Funeral Home. And a big show of support for Eli's baseball teammates from UK Baseball today. Ashley Crawford Hurd shared these pictures on Facebook. The team visited Eli's team at Corbin Primary. She says there was prayer, words of encouragement, and a lot of support given to those young players. A man who held several titles in law enforcement in eastern Kentucky has died. Hazard native Stanley Farler of Floyd County died today at his home. He was a retired state police captain and former Floyd County Sheriff's Office chief deputy, among several other roles. His visitation will begin Friday at the Auxure Free Will Baptist Church. His funeral will be Saturday at 1 at the church. Stanley Farler was 71. Next month is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, but advocacy centers and local officials are already starting to raise awareness. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from Pikeville, where folks are preparing for the month ahead.
Judy's Place for Kids provides services for children who are victims of abuse, with a mission of providing solutions and giving hope and comfort to those impacted.
Being a bright solution, we want to provide hope, justice, healing for the kids and the non-offending families.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, but in Pike County, Judge Executive Ray Jones also signed a proclamation on Thursday to support the cause.
It's our kind of first step into this important month for our center, an important month for every child abuse center across the state and across the nation.
And Judy's Place is gearing up to host events aimed at allowing folks in the community to show their support.
The entire month, anytime there's events in our community and other communities, it's just great opportunities for people to get involved with what's going on and just show their support, stand up against child abuse.
But officials say child abuse prevention and awareness must continue year-long.
It has to be a constant fight to make sure kids are taken care of, and we're providing whatever we can for them to make sure they can heal and they can live the best lives that they can.
Standing up and speaking out to stop child abuse. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Community Outreach Coordinator Kaylin Richmonds added that Judy's Place is hosting a 5K run walk in Pikeville on April 15th. You can visit judysplace.org for more information about the event and the organization. A hearing is set for next month in Clay County over a challenge to Senate Bill 150. That's the controversial bill that critics call anti-trans. An activist is challenging its constitutionality and asking for an emergency injunction. If the governor vetoes the bill, the General Assembly's Republican supermajority could try to override it when they return next week. Big Sandy Community and Technical College hosted its Appalachia Together meeting today, inviting advocates and academics to the Prestonsburg campus. The chat involved 3 speakers with topics ranging from Black history in the region to the growth of diversity and the promotion of safe spaces for all people. Those involved say the discussion about building community goes far beyond the campus buildings.
And we're looking for individuals who just have ideas, who want to be a part of it. Don't shy away from it. Oftentimes when you talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, people are like, well, I really don't know what to do. But just as you hear about different programs that's occurring, get involved.
Speakers encouraged the community to touch base with Big Sandy, U-Pike, and Pride organizations to see how they can support inclusion and diversity. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, lawmakers question TikTok CEO over potential national security risks, the calls to either ban or restrict the social media app altogether.
Plus, showers and storms have our name on them as we head later on into the day today. Dragging the very latest after this.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen.